the biggest costume dramas arriving in the second half of 2026 have finally been revealed, and this lineup is looking absolutely stacked. Cheng's River of No Return is bringing intense political battles and revenge-driven power struggles, while several major cultivation fantasy dramas are also on the way. Wang Hedi's Live Long and Prosper and Wulei's The One are already attracting huge attention, and some viewers believe they could even challenge the popularity of Yang Yang's The Immortal Ascension. But that is not all. Many beloved costume drama stars are also returning with new projects, including Luo Yunxi, Gong Jun, Chen Xiao, Deng Wei, and more. So if you are a fan of Chinese costume dramas, make sure you watch until the end, because today's list covers the must-see dramas you absolutely cannot miss. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 1, River of No Return, starring Cheng Yi and Ling Dingxin.
这可是搏命的买卖。
咱们现在就这么一条死路了吗？
从此刻开始，必须得以15枪为限。
Many viewers have been saying that since Cheng Yi's Mysterious Lotus casebook, the only costume drama of his that truly stood out was The Vendetta Oven. His other historical roles have not quite reached the same level of expectation. But this time, things might finally be different. Cheng Yi plays Zhu Zhangji, a crown prince who begins the story in a desperate situation, forced to endure humiliation and flee for his life. However, after surviving one crisis after another, he gradually transforms into a powerful emperor with a commanding presence, a calculating mind, and ruthless determination. The biggest highlight of the drama is its intense 15-day escape storyline. The plot is packed with high-stakes confrontations, including assassinations, explosions, prison escapes, and non-stop survival battles. My only complaint right now is that the trailer was way too short. It ended just when things were getting exciting. Now all we can do is wait for its premiere in the fourth quarter of 2026. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 2, Live Long and Prosper, starring Dylan Wang and Li Qin.
我拼尽全力修成天下第一，最后众叛亲离。
这仙途之路，不等也罢。
想杀我的自己骑着剑来，我等着。
I honestly think this could be the drama that completely changes people's opinion of Dylan Wang. If you've never been convinced by his acting before, this might be the one that wins you over. It also has the potential to become the biggest cultivation fantasy hit since Yang Yang's The Immortal Ascension. Dylan Wang plays Song Qianji, a cultivator whose greatest dream is surprisingly simple, tending his fields and growing spiritual rice instead of chasing fame and power. Li Qin stars as Fairy Miaoyan, who rises from being nothing more than a puppet musician to becoming a formidable fighter in her own right. Interestingly, these two feel less like lovers and more like true soulmates, making their relationship stand out from the usual romance-driven cultivation dramas. But the most unforgettable moment in the trailer lasts only a second. One moment, Dylan Wang is casually chatting away like he couldn't care less. The next, he draws his sword, charges through a crowd, and boldly declares, "If you want to kill me, come at me with your own sword." Now the real question is, how will this seemingly carefree slacker take back control of his own destiny? Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 3, The Days of Seclusion and Love, starring Deng Wei and Li Wanda.
李国来水银歌之，特来为一向同生。
机会稍纵即逝，想要置身事外，还是顺水推舟。
Some viewers are already calling this a blend of Nirvana in Fire and Princess Agents, and it's easy to see why. The drama combines political intrigue, large-scale warfare, and a powerful story of two broken people finding redemption together. Deng Wei plays Prince Ingenious, who is taken hostage by a rival kingdom after losing a war. To keep suspicion off his back, he pretends to be nothing more than a pleasure-seeking prince. Behind the scenes, however, he secretly reconnects with his loyal followers and builds an underground intelligence network. Li Wanda plays the fearless General Guan Qingyue. After her father is falsely accused of treason and her entire family is massacred, she narrowly escapes. Adopting the alias Feng Yue, she disguises herself as the kingdom's most celebrated courtesan while secretly investigating the truth behind her family's downfall. What begins as a relationship built on suspicion and mutual exploitation gradually evolves into a partnership as the two fight side by side through one life-or-death crisis after another. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 4, Shadow Punisher, starring Luo Yunxi and Fang Yiluan.
真的有妖怪！似乎所有的矛头与线索，全都指向了皮影杀人。
李某即便是粉身碎骨，也定然会义无反顾。
Some viewers believe this could be the only upcoming historical mystery drama with a real chance of matching the popularity of strange tales of Tang Dynasty. Luo Yunxi plays Li Si, whose true identity is Zhou Yan, the fourth prince who supposedly died under mysterious circumstances 17 years ago. Now living under the alias Young Master Qingyang, he infiltrates the divine constabulary and helps investigate unusual crimes. But his real objective is to uncover the truth behind his own death, along with the dark conspiracies hidden within the royal court. He soon joins forces with Meng Rui, a detective known as the Ghost Constable, and Bai Zhenju, the most brilliant female coroner in the realm. Together, they form an elite investigative team and begin unraveling a series of bizarre cases linked to the surviving members of Li Luo. Sinister masked figures, victims seemingly possessed by evil spirits, and mysterious techniques capable of controlling the mind all appear one after another. At first, every case looks like a supernatural incident caused by demons or dark magic. But once the illusion is stripped away, what remains is political manipulation, calculated schemes, and the darkest forms of human greed. A pure historical mystery drama like this is exactly what I've been waiting for, so please do not let me down. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 5, Where the Mask Ends, starring Tian, Shiwei, and Yanan.
明明有人品行卑劣，一样锦衣玉食；有人坏事做绝，照样拜将封侯。谁决定我的命是剑？谁从我手里夺走伊丽莎，我就敢要他的命。
After playing the unforgettable butcher girl in Pursuit of Jade, Tian Shiwei is taking on an even bigger challenge this time by playing two completely different characters. On one side is a Cho, an ambitious night soil collector determined to change her fate. On the other is Jun Dai, a spoiled and ruthless fake heiress. And the setup is as dramatic as it gets. Jun Dai refuses to marry her unconscious fiancé and spend the rest of her life trapped in a loveless marriage, so she forces a Cho to take her place as the bride. But then Lu Zhua, the dying husband played by Yanan, suddenly wakes up. Now Jun Dai has to watch as a Cho seemingly takes over the life that was supposed to belong to her, and her resentment quickly turns into outright hatred. What follows is a brutal battle between two women who refuse to back down, except the entire situation also looks unexpectedly funny. At times, it almost feels like Tian Shiwei is fighting, plotting against, and directing herself all at once. With such a dramatic premise and Tian Shiwei playing both sides of the conflict, this one should have no trouble becoming one of the biggest costume drama hits of late 2026. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 6, The Strongest Sect of All Ages, starring Peng Yuchang and Wan Peng.
仙人之下，我无敌；仙人之上，一换一。
Peng Yuchang has carved out such a unique lane for himself that almost no other actor in Chinese entertainment can replicate it. Just look at how naturally he pulls off these wildly over-the-top, Chenibio-style characters. First, he gave us the chaotic and hilarious Zhang Chulan. Now, he is playing Chen Xiao, the leader of a failing sect who suddenly gains access to a mysterious system. After being transported to the Starfall continent, Chen Xiao is forced to bind himself to the sect development system. His mission is to turn his struggling sect into a major power within 100 years. If he fails, he will literally explode on the spot. So, he joins forces with Lu Qianqian, the senior disciple played by Wan Peng, and begins leading a group of deeply dysfunctional students. At first, they are nothing more than a scattered mess. But as they survive one crisis after another, they gradually grow into a team willing to risk their lives for each other. That underdog journey is one of the most emotionally satisfying parts of the original story, especially once the sect finally develops a real sense of unity. The drama also mixes cultivation fantasy with a strong cybergame aesthetic and a light comedy tone, which feels perfectly designed for younger viewers. Then there are all the bizarre upgraded weapons and system-powered abilities. At times, Chen Xiao looks less like a traditional cultivation hero and more like the main character of an online game. Either way, there is no chance I am skipping this one. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 7, The One, starring Wu Lei and Li Wanda. We've already talked about this cultivation fantasy drama several times, and one thing is clear, this is a true male-led hero's journey. Compared with the Immortal Ascension and Live Long and Prosper, the overall tone feels noticeably more serious and weighty. Wu Lei plays Chen Ping'an, an orphan who loses both of his parents at a young age. With little more than raw courage and sheer determination, he fights his way through one hardship after another, eventually confronting a massive crisis that threatens the very order of the heavens. Li Wanda plays Ning Yao, a gifted young sword cultivator from the Great Wall of Sword Qi. Her cold, sharp presence in the promotional poster already feels remarkably faithful to the character's proud and disciplined spirit in the original novel. The trailer looks promising in terms of scale and visual quality, but it still feels more like an early preview than a full introduction to the story. The production team will probably release a more complete plot trailer later, so for now, I won't go too far into the details. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 8. Wish You All the Best, starring Song Zuer and Chen Xiao.
被人抓住的滋味，好受不如使一点小手段。不是因为恐惧，因为我喜欢你。
Yes, the setup sounds extremely familiar. It is another rebirth revenge story, where the female lead enters an arranged marriage and gradually falls in love with the male lead. But don't dismiss it too quickly. Song Zuer plays Jin Jiafu, a rebellious young woman who refuses to let anyone control her fate. In her previous life, her husband offered her to the crown prince as a burial sacrifice. After being reborn, she immediately begins plotting to destroy the engagement that once ruined her life. She is not only clever and strategic when facing danger, but also refreshingly direct when it comes to pursuing the man she loves. Chen Xiao plays her older cousin, Pei Yuan, a disciplined military officer from the Divine Strategy Army who keeps his feelings tightly restrained, despite loving her deeply. That said, based on the trailer alone, the romantic chemistry between them feels fairly mild. The atmosphere is pleasant enough, but there has not been a truly memorable moment that makes the pairing instantly convincing. Still, if you're a fan of Song Zuer or enjoy revenge dramas led by a strong female protagonist, this one may be worth keeping on your watch list. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 9, Now or Never, starring Ao Ruiping and Dai Loa.
让他们的阴谋胎死腹中，干就干！
Ao Ruiping has been making headlines recently for his hilarious stock market losses, and honestly, his off-screen personality is exactly why so many people find him entertaining. He has always had this uniquely unpredictable, playful image, so seeing him play a calm and mysterious Buddhist monk in this drama feels like a huge contrast. I am actually curious whether he can pull it off without feeling out of place. Ao Ruiping plays Chen Yi, who appears to be a disciplined, ascetic monk with a completely shaved head. But his true identity is the last surviving member of a legendary mechanism family, forced to flee after being framed for a crime he did not commit. Unlike many revenge-driven heroes, Chen Yi is not consumed by hatred despite carrying a tragic past. Instead, he combines a peaceful, youthful spirit with unexpectedly dry humor, making him feel less like a traditional revenge hero and more like a wandering trickster from the martial world. Another major highlight is the ensemble cast. There is the fierce and skilled heroine LV Luo, the talented fighter and cook Dian Song, and Zhou Peng, a hidden assassin who quietly protects the group from the shadows. Watching these four go from constantly clashing with each other to fighting back-to-back against their enemies promises to be both hilarious and exciting. At its core, this is still a classic wuxia story, but it adds fresh elements like traditional Chinese mechanical inventions and mystery solving in hidden chambers. Now the question is, can it surpass Ao Ruiping's pull strings and become his next standout hit? Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 10, Blade of Vengeance, starring Gong Jun and Wang Yuan.
你到底是谁？你到底还有多少秘密？
Compared with the previous drama, this one is completely different in tone. Gong Jun plays Yi Zhao, the sole survivor of a massacre who disguises himself as Meng Jianqing and infiltrates the Imperial Guards in order to uncover the truth behind a deadly conspiracy. From beginning to end, this is a revenge story filled with hatred, betrayal, and a desperate search for justice. And the most exciting part is that almost every character in this drama is dangerous in their own way. Whether it is Gong Jun's Yi Zhao, Nie Yuan's powerful official Xin Guangli, or Wang Yuan's Yun Yanjiao, the tension between these three characters is already intense even in just a few seconds of silent confrontation in the trailer. On top of that, the close combat action looks incredibly satisfying, with every punch and strike feeling heavy and realistic. Even through the screen, you can feel the explosive energy of this revenge-filled wuxia world. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 11. Blossom in Darkness, starring Li Hongyi and Sun Jinmi.
你为收复厄涅而入世，世间种种情状，总归要亲自看一遭。
Li Hongyi plays Qi Fengyin, a feared demon lord who is imprisoned for 1,000 years after massacring both the immortal and mortal realms, leaving him forever branded as the source of all evil. But everything changes when Yumeo, a spirited medicinal fairy played by Sun Jinmi, enters his life. In an attempt to save her master, Yumeo accidentally crosses into a forbidden barrier and ends up forming a life-binding pact with the imprisoned demon lord. That setup immediately reminds me of the dynamic that made love between fairy and devil such a massive hit. The trailer also does a great job building an eerie sense of mystery. From the haunting barrier surrounding Mount Qihuang to the shadowy underground caverns, every scene is filled with striking visuals inspired by traditional Eastern dark fantasy. Honestly, you could pause almost anywhere in the trailer and end up with a frame that looks like a piece of dark fantasy artwork. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 12. Love Travels Through Time, starring Li Hongyi and Yang Yutang. This cultivation fantasy drama stands out with its fresh mix of a one-sided magical contract and a time travel adventure. Yang Yutang plays Xiang Haikue, a modern-day girl who is mysteriously summoned into the cultivation world after receiving a dream message from the father she has never met. But before she can even reach her destination, she is intercepted by Yin Chongli, the young leader of the Shanhai clan, played by Li Hongyi, and forced into a magical contract that heavily favors him. He agrees to help her find her father, while she must travel alongside him to repair fractures in time and space and challenge the very laws of heaven. Together, they journey through 3 different lifetimes, surviving one illusion-filled realm after another. At first, it feels like another sweeping fantasy romance, and the setup even brings back memories of love between fairy and devil. But then comes the biggest twist. Yin Chongli turns out to be the very person responsible for the tragedies that have haunted Xiang Haikue across all 3 lifetimes. As love and betrayal become impossible to separate, their relationship grows increasingly bittersweet until the two of them ultimately join forces to challenge the gods themselves. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 13. Hidden Shadow, starring Wang Charan, Li Hongyi.
明明是同一具躯壳，你和美酒具截然不同。
恐吓君连连玉符，没加险些便免。
At this point, it almost feels like Li Hongyi is taking over the entire late 2026 costume drama lineup. This time, he is paired with Wang Charan in a romance packed with messy relationships, emotional tension, and one seriously wild setup. Wang Charan plays a heroine who carries 2 souls inside the same body. But here is where things get complicated. One soul falls in love with Chu Dingjiang, played by Li Hongyi, while the other falls for Hua Rongjian, played by Yanan. As if that were not dramatic enough, the 2 men are actually half-brothers who share the same father. Then the heroine is poisoned, forcing the 2 souls into an impossible choice because only one of them can survive. With 2 souls, 2 brothers, and only one life left between them, this drama sounds completely unhinged in the most addictive way. Once it premieres, we will finally find out just how far this chaotic love story is willing to go. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 14. The Boundless Bright Moon, starring Peng Xiaoran and Zheng Yecheng. Every time Peng Xiaoran appears on screen in red, it is almost impossible to look away. This time, she plays Feng Miaojuan, a fallen princess whose kingdom has been destroyed, a role that will immediately remind many viewers of her unforgettable performance in Goodbye, My Princess. As if losing everything were not tragic enough, she becomes bound by a life-sharing curse after being marked by the spirit of a demonic beast. From that moment on, her fate is tied to Yunya, the grand preceptor of a rival kingdom, played by Zheng Yecheng. If one of them is injured or killed, the other suffers the same fate. Now, Feng Miaojuan must seek revenge for her fallen homeland while reluctantly joining forces with the very man who stands on the opposite side of the conflict to stop an even greater demonic threat. Watching these two constantly outsmart, test, and manipulate each other while slowly building trust feels like exactly the kind of enemies to allies dynamic that keeps viewers completely hooked. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 15, Spring of the Blade, starring Su Kai and Zhou Yi.
你要报仇，能帮你的只能是我。我不管你愿不愿意，你这局棋我要定了。
Have you ever seen a drama where the male and female leads are at each other's throats from beginning to end? 9 years ago, Xie Qingyuan, played by Zhou Yi, lost her mother at a young age, while Shenren, played by Su Kai, was exiled to serve in the army. At the lowest point in both of their lives, the two made a life-or-death promise using nothing more than a single coin. But when they reunite 9 years later, that promise has turned into a dangerous relationship built on schemes, suspicion, and mutual exploitation. Even scenes that would normally feel sweet and romantic, like a bridal carry or being pinned against a wall, are filled with suffocating tension and constant power games. That is exactly what makes this relationship so intriguing. Instead of giving viewers a straightforward romance, Spring of the Blade turns every intimate moment into another round of emotional warfare, and that may be enough to keep audiences watching. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 16, Tian Du Yuan Lu, starring Su Kai and Wei Zhiming.
10年前那种旧爱，远非你想象的。你是谁？
Su Kai is back with another historical mystery drama, but this time, the real attraction may be the chemistry between its two male leads. Su Kai plays Shi Wuming, a brilliant investigator who grew up far from the capital and relies on sharp instincts and unconventional reasoning to solve cases. Wei Zhiming plays Su Xuelo, the calm and refined commander of the Listening Wind Guards. Whenever these two share the screen, their completely opposite personalities create a classic clash of fire and ice. But beneath that tension lies an old feud inherited from their fathers, which gives them every reason to distrust each other. Still, when both men begin pursuing the same mysterious villain, they're forced to put their personal grudges aside and work together. Along the way, they uncover the truth behind 9 bizarre cases and protect the city of Tiandu from a much larger conspiracy. The drama's dark, damp, and unsettling atmosphere already looks impressive, but viewers seem even more interested in watching these two rivals gradually become trusted friends. And with all that suspicion, unresolved history, and reluctant teamwork between them, their relationship may end up being even more addictive than the mysteries themselves. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 17, Sweetest Rebellion, starring Zhou Qiyu and Su Ruhan. The most interesting part of this drama may be its gender-flipped Cinderella setup. Su Ruhan plays Feng Jiaojiao, a powerful businesswoman who controls a major part of Jiangnan's silk trade. One day, she unexpectedly rescues Sheng Linji, played by Zhou Qiyu, a man whose background places him far below her in the social hierarchy. But instead of caring about class differences, Feng Jiaojiao boldly declares, "Once I've chosen a man, I'll protect him no matter what it takes." From there, she brings this male Cinderella into her world and helps him build a new life and career by her side. It is a fun reversal of the usual costume romance formula, with the wealthy and powerful heroine taking the lead while the male lead becomes the one being protected. Based on the setup, Sweetest Rebellion probably will not be the most complicated drama on this list, but it could be exactly the kind of light, easy-to-watch romance viewers need between heavier historical dramas. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 18, Liao Zhai, starring Zhang Miaoyi and Chang Huasen.
让我回去讨个公道！你该死！繁华大梦终究会梦醒的。身上的伤可以痊愈，但若是心上旧了，你休想摆脱。
Judging from the trailer alone, Liao Zhai has already captured the eerie atmosphere you would expect from a supernatural horror drama. A single preview introduces material from 6 separate stories, moving rapidly between disturbing images such as a beauty changing her skin, puppets controlled by invisible strings, and a banquet table surrounded by 5 severed heads. Lin Yin appears as both Chen Hua and Princess Yahua, and the moment she steps onto the screen in a blood-red wedding dress, she looks every bit like a vengeful ghost from an old Chinese legend. Then there is Chen Xiao as Suqiu, a paper effigy who turns against the person controlling her. That unsettling presence immediately brings back memories of her iconic role as Yu Qilua. As for Chang Huasan's demon hunter Xia Feishue and Zhang Miaoi's fox spirit Xia, the two appear to serve as the connecting thread that links all 6 supernatural cases together. The trailer certainly delivers on atmosphere and visual horror. Now we just have to wait and see whether the full drama can turn these striking images into 6 equally compelling stories. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 19, Love and Red Dust, starring Wang Xingyue and Su Ruhan.
您是鲁鸡腿吗？
你满嘴谎。
您是一个特别好的人。
你又想被我算计了？
您是这。
After all that dark supernatural horror, this next drama takes a much lighter approach. Over the past 2 years, costume comedies with a bit of mystery and romance have become especially popular, and Love and Red Dust looks like it knows exactly how to use that formula. Wang Xingyue plays Yuan Hongzi, a seemingly adorable and slightly awkward general known as the Fox General. 8 years ago, his entire army was wiped out in an ambush at Siloan Valley. He barely survived, but the attack left him with severe hearing loss, so he now relies on lip reading to communicate with the people around him. Su Ruhan plays Wendingi, whose life is just as tragic. After losing her entire family, she takes on the false identity Mu Xiaoshu and becomes an apprentice executioner. Their first meeting takes place at an execution ground, where Yuan Hongzi saves Mu Xiaoshu just before she is wrongly beheaded. From that moment on, the two begin investigating cases together while hiding secrets that could completely change their relationship. The trailer alone is already packed with hilarious moments, so once the disguises start falling apart and their real identities are exposed, the full drama could become even more entertaining. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 20, Remnants of Gold, starring Xian Jile and In Fong. It has become surprisingly rare to see a true Gu Long-style wuxia drama these days. While this classic style may no longer appeal to mainstream audiences the way it once did, fans of old-school martial arts stories have every reason to be excited. The story opens with an irresistible mystery when 300,000 taels of gold suddenly appear in the middle of the desert without a trace. In Fong plays Pu Ying, a Jinui investigator assigned to uncover the truth behind the case. But almost as soon as the investigation begins, he finds himself overwhelmed by a conspiracy far more dangerous than he ever imagined. Xian Jile plays Zhang Liao, a woman born with immunity to every known poison. Driven by revenge, she returns to the desert determined to expose the secrets hidden behind the missing gold. As rival factions pursue their own agendas and manipulate one another from the shadows, the story gradually unfolds into a classic wuxia tale of loyalty, betrayal, and honor. More than anything else, Remnants of Gold captures the spirit that has always defined the best martial arts stories. A single promise can be worth more than mountains of gold. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 21, Win or Die, starring Jing Baran and Wu Xingjian. Just like Remnants of Gold, this drama has no interest in flashy fantasy or romantic gimmicks. The title Win or Die refers to an elite frontier force from the Ming Dynasty, a unit said to be so feared that its reputation even surpassed that of the Jinui. Jing Baran and Wu Xingjian, who plays Guisong, lead the drama with a powerful brotherhood forged through one deadly mission after another. The main storyline is built around a new life-or-death challenge in almost every episode, along with brutal, hard-hitting combat using traditional weapons. And instead of relying entirely on studio sets and visual effects, the production filmed real desert environments, including violent sandstorms and intense close-range battles. That raw physicality gives every fight a much stronger sense of danger, as though the characters are truly struggling to survive rather than simply performing another polished action sequence. The director clearly wants viewers to feel trapped inside the chaos alongside them, and if the drama can maintain that intensity throughout the full story, Win or Die could become one of the most immersive historical action dramas on this list. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 22, Tigers Sniff the Rose, starring Meng Zi and Li Yunrui.
我变成了疯子，想做什么便就做。
惊惊动摇你我，若有血池地狱，我陪你下。
真怕你被他骗得骨头都不剩了。
各有所需。
Meng Zi's Blossoms of Power may have failed to live up to expectations, but Tiger's Sniff the Rose is entering the race with a completely different level of attention. After all, this marks Meng Zi and Li Yunrui's third collaboration, and their reunion after Blossom has already generated huge buzz long before the premiere. This time, they are finally leaving tragic romance behind and stepping into a much more satisfying story built around two equally powerful leads. Just look at the new trailer. Whether a character is supposed to be good or evil, nearly everyone seems slightly unhinged. Meng Zi plays Mu Wanyao, and when she declares, "I am the law," while standing in the firelight with a lantern in her hand and an unreadable smile on her face, she gives off the energy of a beautiful woman who could destroy anyone standing in her way. She and Li Yunrui's character are not simply lovers. They begin as rival strategists, constantly testing, restraining, and trying to outmaneuver one another. Yet through one confrontation after another, that dangerous power struggle gradually turns into something much deeper. With two strong leads, political mind games, and chemistry that audiences already know works, Tiger's Sniff the Rose could easily become one of the most talked about costume dramas of late 2026. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 23. The Ingenious 1 Season 2, starring Chen Xiao and Mao Xiaodong.
一步步将我骗入局中，你可知等你的是什么？必然是一场席卷天下的灾祸。
Do you remember the physically fragile strategist from the first season, the man who survived the martial arts world with nothing but his intelligence? After 3 years away, Yunxiang finally returns with a few fighting skills of his own. Unfortunately, his peaceful retirement barely begins before he is dragged straight back into the dangerous world of Jianghu. Mao Xiaodong also returns as Ko Liani, and she has received an even bigger upgrade. She is now an elite swordswoman who has mastered both medicine and poison, making her just as dangerous with her knowledge as she is in combat. The best part is that the familiar team from the first season is returning as well, with every member once again taking on the role they do best. But this time, nearly everyone enters the game with both intelligence and fighting ability, so Yunxiang is no longer the only person capable of controlling the board. Season 2 also appears to be adding even more twists, hidden agendas, and carefully planted clues, with every strategic confrontation concealing another surprise beneath the surface. If the first season was about watching Yunxiang defeat stronger opponents through intelligence alone, this season looks ready to turn the entire cast into players in a much larger and more dangerous game. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 24. The Whimsical Return, starring Zhang Yunlong and Zhang Jianing.
你到底是谁？开麦了，开麦了，快快快快！
我归大钱，所求只为一人。
他太像云逸，这次我不会再离开你。
Imagine returning from the dead, only to discover that your wife has already surrounded herself with 18 impossibly handsome admirers. That is exactly the nightmare waiting for Yunyi, played by Zhang Yunlong. Determined to win her back, he embarks on a hilariously chaotic quest to prove who he really is. One moment, he is recreating the keepsakes that once symbolized their love, hoping to awaken her lost memories. The next, he is competing with an honorable and hopelessly devoted romantic rival who refuses to give up. The comedy comes from watching Yunyi repeatedly try, and spectacularly fail, to convince everyone of his true identity. But beneath all the laughs, the drama also weaves in a much larger story about protecting the kingdom during a time of crisis. It is a refreshing mix of reincarnation, second-chance romance, mistaken identity, and fast-paced comedy, making The Whimsical Return look like one of the most entertaining costume rom-coms arriving later this year. Late 2026 biggest costume C-dramas. Number 25. The Melody of Love, starring Li Yitong and Chen Xiao.
无赐汝名为少义，与无阴灵共泣。可惜。
In this world, every ancient musical instrument possesses a soul of its own. When the right opportunity arrives, that spirit can take human form and enter the mortal world. Li Yitong and Chen Xiao play two bitter enemies who would rather destroy each other than work together. But after an unexpected accident binds them through a magical master and servant contract, neither of them has any choice but to travel side by side. Together, they set out on an ambitious journey to find and reunite the 12 sacred music spirits. With ancient instruments coming to life, two enemies trapped in an unwanted partnership, and a larger quest gradually unfolding around them, The Melody of Love looks like a colorful fantasy adventure built around music, mythology, and reluctant teamwork. Alright, that's my list. There are easily 10 dramas on this lineup that I'm genuinely looking forward to. At the top of my list are Cheng's River of No Return, Wu Lei's The One, Live Long and Prosper, The Strongest Sect of All Ages, and several more that I can't wait to watch. Now it's your turn. Which upcoming costume drama are you looking forward to the most? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.